For sports excitement in January, ESPN has the hottest ticket every night. The greatest live college basketball schedule on television features top-ranked Indiana and Big East power Georgetown. Plus, highlights of the most memorable NCAA Final Fours. Stars and Stripes and USA must stop New Zealand's domination in ESPN's exclusive live coverage of the America's Cup Challenger Finals. January heats up with college football's All-Star Game, the Rico Japan Bowl, and a SportsCenter Super Bowl special. A red-hot NHL hockey slate delivers the top teams with Stanley Cup dreams. And there's a warm blast of World Cup skiing competition. The PGA Tour tees off with live coverage of the Phoenix Open and the return of the weekly Inside the PGA Tour. Plus, see the world's best tennis players in the finals of the Australian Open live. The major indoor soccer season ignites, and the sparks fly in top-ranked boxing. Every night, your ticket to hot winter sports in January is ESPN.
This is ESPN, the Total Sports Network.
This is the home of the world-famous Clydesdales, a symbol of Budweiser's long tradition of quality, the finest ingredients, beechwood aging, and a special touch of care and pride. No other brewer has such a tradition of quality to live up to. But then, no other brewer makes the king of beers. After all, this Bud's for you.
Patrick Division Rivals next on ESPN. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the NHL Tonight. Tonight live from the Nassau County Coliseum in Uniondale, Long Island, the New York Islanders hosting the Washington Capitals. I'm Tom Mees. I'll be your host throughout the evening. In our studio, and a matchup, the Islanders and Caps, two teams with a lot of explosive scores, and Ken Wilson and Bill Clement. This game very important in the Patrick Division standings.
There's no question about it. It's really the fight for second place, Tom Mees, and right now the Islanders have the upper hand. They have that three-game bulge over Washington, and Bill, you can't forget the New York Rangers.
Well, even with that three-point lead that the Islanders have, it's a pretty comfortable cushion. I agree. I think this game, because of the positioning that the Rangers are in, you can see they're only 1 point behind the Capitals.
As the NHL Tonight continues.
You won't believe what's happening inside your muffler. Rust that starts on the inside is eating its way through. The Napa Advantage muffler with Absorbite helps prevent internal rust. The inside of this muffler was not protected with Absorbite. This muffler was. You can see the difference. The Napa Advantage is even covered by a lifetime warranty. Of course, you may never have to use it. The Napa Advantage. It puts rust at a disadvantage. Available at thousands of Napa outlets.
Get it right.
Get it right, get it right, get it right.
Get it right.
Nobody's body's like your body. Foot Locker, we got the shoes for your body.
Get it right.
Come see the latest and the greatest. Foot Locker, #1 for your body. In the gym or on the court or on the street, the Foot Locker pros got it right for your feet.
Serious.
Get it right for your body. Come to the store. stripes. Foot Locker, come to the stripes.
America's high school students are doing their best on ESPN's Scholastic Sports America. I'm Chris Fowler. Please join me every Saturday, 6:30 Eastern on ESPN.
This year, we're talking pennant.
We've got the best pitching. We're stronger up the middle.
Think it's too early to be talking baseball? Not if you're a real fan. And here's where real fans will follow up on those preseason predictions. The Sporting News, the first and best news weekly in all of sports. The only one that brings you complete, in-depth coverage every week. Information you can't get anywhere else. Follow your favorite players and teams in the Sporting News, the fans' favorite for over 100 years. All the news and stats and standings, everything you want, every week, starting with a big baseball special preview issue. Grab a pencil and here's a friend with all the details.
Call 1-800-592-6000. Save more than half off the single copy price and get 38 issues of the Sporting News for 3 payments of $7.16. That's 48% off the regular price. Plus, the guide to baseball nicknames. Call 1-800-592-6000.
The NHL tonight being brought to you by Budweiser, the genuine article, Beechwood Age for that clean, crisp taste. This Bud's for you. By Isuzu, quality cars and trucks. Isuzu, the first car builders of Japan. And by Castrol, the motor oil engineered for today's smaller cars. That's Castrol. Well, in Buffalo, of course, we mentioned a moment ago, the Sabres in a must-win situation, trailing Quebec by 3 in the Adams.
And up with a puck comes Greg Adams. Played a bit with the Flyers early in his NHL career, and Greg Adams' shot goes wide. Steve Conroy becomes a real leader on the defense for the Islanders with all their injuries. Trottier with Crom, and it's offside. New York Islanders on the right wing. Pat Flatley was offside. At Long Island, there's no score.
Huyakalea Mumu. Behold the Isuzu Pup, the lowest priced truck in America. About $6. Buy a pup now and you can get 3.9% financing or 500 pounds of bananas. Why, I saved enough money to buy this island and all the fish. Penumeli, Kiki Bobo.
Hurry, 3.9% financing or $500 rebate offer ends soon.
Elsewhere in the NHL tonight, Philadelphia, Pittsburgh, no score after 1. Toronto 4, Buffalo 1 after 1. And still in the first, it's Quebec 1, Montreal nothing. Let's go back to Ken Wilson and Bill Clement.
All right, Tom Mees. Boyd driving the puck in from center ice around the boards. Diddick unable to get the puck at the right point, primarily because the referee was in the way. Flatley, a drive knocked down at the defense by Stevens. Then Murphy feeds too far for Gardner. Boyd. Cron. Checked by Ridley. Pat Flatley covers up. University of Wisconsin product. He's checked, ties up Gardner. Now Ridley, a shot and a glove save by Rudy on the former New York Ranger, Mike Ridley.
Boy, Ridley didn't have much to shoot at, Ken. That's one of the keys to this save. Rudy came charging out at him, challenging, ended up right in his glove.
There's no score.
This is my mom. And if everything I say about the four-wheel drive Isuzu Trooper 2 isn't true, may she be struck by lightning. It can carry a symphony orchestra or every book in the Library of Congress. And the nice part is the Trooper 2 starts at just $10.80. You have my mom's word on it. Mom?
See the affordable four-wheel drive Trooper 2 at your Isuzu dealer today.
About Kelly Rudy making that save. Ridley comes charging in with a loose puck. Watch how far to the net Rudy comes. And as you can see, the shot went right into his glove, but he's a good 6 feet beyond his crease. And although some people might say, oh, he shot right into his glove, had Rudy not been there, he would have had, Ridley at least would have had a lot more room to shoot at the net. I'm sure from that angle, Ridley saw very little and just decided to get a shot away, a desperation shot.
No score. Well, the action continues here on ESPN, and Budweiser keeps the action going for all you do. It's Budweiser, that clean, crisp taste of cold, delicious Bud.
There's Kenny Morrow wearing the C the first time this season, although he wore it last season. I'm not quite sure how many games. I was trying to find out, but He is one of the leaders. Mike Bossy has been wearing it. Bossy's out tonight. There's a key to the Caps. Brian Murray mentioned Alan Haworth as being one of the reasons they struggled early. He missed a good part of this season with injury. And really down the middle is where Brian Murray thinks that they have improved over the second half, that they weren't very strong in the first half down the middle. And Alan Haworth is one of the big reasons why they're stronger.
Here are the Capitals. Adams behind the net for Laughlin. He's held. Haworth taken out by Morrow. Bob Basson takes a big hit. And it's Kerr rink wide for Dwayne Sutter. Sutter trying to get in his forehand and a weak shot. He was hit by Hatcher. Dwayne Sutter slow in getting up. Stevens feeds to Adams. He's bumped by Curran on ESPN, and there's no score.
It was a quiet night until the party animal came to town.
There's a super party animal. Hey. His name is Bud McKenzie. Bud McKenzie. A red hot nut and a cold Bud Light puts him in a party frenzy.
He's Bud McKenzie, Bud Light's original party animal.
Go Bud! Go Bud! Oh yeah!
Buzz Buds, don't be a stranger.
Doing a great job, specifically Stevens and Langway, in keeping those other forwards from driving to the net and opening up the lanes. New York's going to have to adjust and start driving some pucks at Mason and going for the rebounds if the Washington defensemen aren't letting the open guys drive for the net.
Mike Gartner takes a shot. And the save. Christian keeps the puck in. Ridley after it behind the net. He's stapled to the boards by Diddick. Richard Crom with a head of steam, looking for some skating room. Feeds to Blockland, and Conroy tie each other up with Howard, and hitting the side of the post is Kerr. Bassett taken out in more ways than one by John Blum, and it's Scott Stevens on the rush for the Capitals to Laughlin, a drive, and that's caught by Kelly Rudy is on goal. Greg Adams checked down by Morrow. Stevens steps in. And play stopped with 5:21 to go in the opening period. And there's no score.
Today's small cars are tougher than ever on oil. Their high-compression engines not only rev high, they can run hotter than regular small car engines. Their searing heat can begin to break down an oil immediately. That's why there's Castrol, the only leading motor oil that in every grade provides maximum protection against viscosity and thermal breakdown. So use Castrol before your engine does something to get you heated up. Castrol, engineered for today's smaller cars.
The puck away from Murphy, and he's unable to. This is Mike Gardner with Christian and Ridley. Islanders are back well. Scott Stevens, a shot deflects wide, and Ridley scores, diving to deflect the puck behind Rudy. What a play by Mike Ridley to give the Capitals the lead.
Boy, you said it, Ken. He was tied up completely by Randy Boyd and somehow was not only able to get good wood on the puck, the first thing he had to do was see the puck. It'll go back to Stevens, who let it go on the fly. Watch Christian right in front here, trying for the deflection. It goes off one of the Islanders. And here's Ridley being tied up by Boyd. What a sharp angle. He had, what, said that puck wasn't any more than 6 inches from the goal line. Plus he was on his backhand and had to make eye contact with it first. Pretty good concentration. That's like a wide receiver in traffic, bringing down the ball. Boy, good goal by Mike Ridley.
Mike Ridley, in his rookie season with the Rangers, had 22 goals. That is his 30th goal this season. Rudy deflects it into the crowd with 26 seconds to go. It's the Capitals 1 and the Islanders.
Bruce Willis is Walter Davis. The pressures of business are ruining his day. But tonight, a blind date will destroy his entire life.
Attention, everybody.
Walter,
I'm
fired. Fired?
Hey, get out of there, hey!
Kim Basinger, Bruce Willis,
Moonwalk!
and John LaRoquette.
I hate that!
Blind Date. Rated PG-13. Starts Friday at a theater near you.
To go. He's got 3 players in front of the net. Oh, he's coming back to Murphy. No, he wasn't. He tricked me too.
And it goes into the crowd, and the 2 seconds tick away. In the period, the Capitals outshoot the Islanders 11-7.
Be interesting to see how the Islanders come out in the second period. We talked so many times about those goals late in the period, and that's what Ridley got, as a goal late in the period.
Mike Ridley, his 30th of the season, the only goal in the first period. And after a period on Long Island, it's the Washington Capitals 1, the New York Islanders 0.
Professionals know how to take care of their cars, no matter how they have to use them. That's why professional quality master mechanic tools from True Value Hardware stores work hard every year on cars at the Indianapolis 500, the International Race of Champions, and right in your own backyard. Because every professional knows that master mechanic quality can put one engine over and above the rest. Get the tools backed by an exclusive customer satisfaction policy from True Value Hardware stores and home centers.
The American Express card contains a single word that makes every other card seem like just a piece of plastic. Member.
I seem to have lost my wallet.
To us, Stephen Gardner is a member.
Mr. Gardner, I can have a new card for you by tomorrow.
And at American Express, our card members are entitled to a world of privileges.
We lost our card, our cash.
Even our passport. You've come to the right place. I can help you.
Good. That's great. That was an easy sale.
No need to wrap it. I think I can fix it, honey.
That's why I got buyer's insurance.
Hello, American Express.
I left my prescription medicine at home.
Don't worry. Global Assist can help.
Bangkok today. Yeah, I'm packed.
Members carry our promise of respect, recognition, unsurpassed personal service. Membership has its privileges.
Plymouth Sundance, the unbelievable American, under $7,600. It's the best value in its class, including the imports. Sundance, with 47 standard features to excite you, front-wheel drive to move you, a new 7-year or 70,000-mile protection plan to assure you. Plymouth Sundance, the unbelievable American.
The pride is back, born in America again.
Nothing like a late goal to perk up one team and let down another. The Washington Capitals get that late goal, and it goes to the credit of Mike Ridley, his 30th of the season. One of the guys I'm sure Phil Esposito and the Rangers would like to have back right about now. Well, Mike Gartner is one of the leading scorers in the Washington Capitals year in and year out. He has 69 points as I speak. And how far the Washington Caps go in this year's Stanley Cup playoffs may directly be linked with the play of their all-star right winger, Mike Gartner. When number 11 is right, there's no question about it, the Caps are hard to beat. Here's a closer look at Mike Gartner of the Washington Capitals.
Mike Gartner of the Washington Capitals. For the last 7 years, Gartner has been one of the most consistent scorers in the NHL. But at the start of this season, he had lost his magic touch. After 3 months, Gartner had collected only 7 goals and 14 assists.
The first part of the season, I was getting a lot of chances, a lot of breakaways, hit a lot of goal posts, still getting a lot of shots on net, but the puck just didn't seem to want to go between the pipes. After Christmas, it seemed to start to go my way, and the puck seems to be going to the net for me. I don't know what the difference is or what the reason is, but I'm glad that it's going that way.
A big reason for the disappointing season the Capitals are struggling through has been the play of Mike Gartner. Now that he's back to form, so are the Capitals.
Year in and year out. Speaking of number 9, Bernie Nichols, who racked up his 30th goal of the season on Sunday afternoon in Hartford off of this rebound in front of goaltender Steve Weeks. Bernie Nichols of the LA Kings, the Chrysler Dodge Player of the Week in 4 games, 6 goals and 2 assists. Nichols is hot. Maybe one of the reasons why the Kings may outlast the Vancouver Canucks for that 4th and final playoff spot in the Smythe Division. Our score after 1 period on Long Island. It's the Washington Capitals 1. The New York Islanders nothing. Back with more in a moment.
Do I have to be a mom today?
Coast, the scent opens your eyes. Coast leather, and you realize that Coast is the way to make you feel alive. Coast, feel alive.
Hey, I'm just warming up.
Feel alive with Coast.
Fixing this water damage will cost $1,200.
Could I have prevented it?
You could with Thompson's Water Seal.
This water damage is going to run $750. What would have stopped it?
Prevent water damage with Thompson's Water Seal. Simply brush Thompson's on wood, brick, or concrete, and it penetrates to form a barrier water can't get past, even when driven by 98-mile-per-hour winds.
This time, I'm going to protect my new deck with Thompson's Water Seal. A great defense against offense.
It starts early. A distant rumble. You can feel it getting closer. Magical, unstoppable. NHL hockey. Feel the thunder.
With less than 2 weeks to go in the NHL's regular season, let's take a quick look-see at the standings, beginning with the Adams division. Hartford on top, Montreal and Boston still fighting for second spot. Quebec and Buffalo still fighting for the final playoff spot. In the Patrick division, Philadelphia's owned that all year, but you see how tight it is coming into tonight between the Islanders, Washington, and the Rangers. Pittsburgh and New Jersey appear to be out of it. In the Norris division, it's still anybody's ball game outside of first place. Detroit leads St. Louis by 6, Chicago by 8, Minnesota by 9. Toronto is way ahead tonight. They could move back into the picture, lo and behold. In the Smythe, well, it is Edmonton, but an interesting development for second between Calgary and Winnipeg. Los Angeles appears to have the upper hand on Vancouver. So as we go along now, with less than 2 weeks to go, it appears we know the teams that won't make it, unless something really special happens. Vancouver, New Jersey, and Pittsburgh won't make it. But I think the one thing the fans want to know, Ken Wilson and Bill Clement, when we go to the playoffs this year, are we going to have, in your opinion, the amount of upsets we had in the first round of the playoffs a year ago?
Well, Tom, when you look at the upsets of a year ago and wonder if you're going to see as many upsets again this year, you probably come back to Montreal, Calgary. How did they do it? And they did it with depth a year ago.
They sure did, and that will be a key this year. I don't expect we'll see the upsets that we saw last year, and I'll tell you why. Teams aren't concentrating as hard on finishing in first place. Maybe I shouldn't put it that way. I think their focus is divided. They understand that if they focus too much on finishing first place, they might get knocked out early.
We'll continue on the NHL tonight in a moment.
Pete Rose just got tough.
'Cause now I use Tegrin. Tegrin medicated shampoo. No more pretty shampoos for me. Tegrin's tougher than Head & Shoulders. It's got a special ingredient that's tough on everyday dandruff. Tough on all 4 major causes of flaking and itching. Tegrin's 4 times tough. It's the heavy hitter against dandruff for me.
And your wife.
So get tough on your dandruff with Tegrin lotion, or now in brand new concentrated gel.
You want the usual?
It wolfs down broken glass for an appetizer.
And here's the blue plate special.
Then it devours a portion of nails and wood chips.
I like a man who cleans his plate. Have a drink.
This insatiable appetite belongs to Shop Vac, the powerful wet and dry vacuum that cleans messes which would kill an ordinary vacuum. There's only one Shop Vac, so if it doesn't say Shop Vac, keep shopping.
Anything else, big boy?
Well, the Washington Capitals are in the locker room now, along with the Islanders, catching their breath with the second period, with the Caps leading at 1-0. 3 other games tonight around the NHL. Hockey, especially the growth among the sport of hockey with American hockey players at the high school and collegiate level. He will be missed. John Mariucci, dead at the age of 70. And the NHL tonight will continue with more in the Bud Light Hockey News in a moment.
Take a nap. What a hug.
Get a load of him.
Well, there's a super party animal. His name is Buds McKenzie. With a beach in sight and a cold Bud Light, he's in the party frenzy.
He's Buds McKenzie. What party-loving, happening dude.
Go, Spuds, go, Spuds, go.
Bye, Spuds. Call me.
Go, Spuds, go.
After lifting a total of 25,000 pounds, Lou Ferrigno isn't finished until he lifts 1 ounce of the 47 vitamins, minerals, enzymes, carbohydrates, and amino acids that help make his workouts work. Dynamic Muscle Builder. Get $10 in coupons and a free magazine with Dynamic Muscle Builder from Weider, America's total fitness company.
With the Tandy 3000 HL, you're working with the best value in high-performance 286 technology. You can expand with a multitude of powerful options, even the ability to communicate with other PCs in your office work group. Add the strength of a professional network of service and support, and you have the best working for you. The extraordinarily affordable Tandy 3000 HL at Radio Shack Computer Centers. In business, for business.
When the temperature drops below 30, remember the spark plug that's tested to start below 0. Champion, we go to ridiculous extremes to test the reliability of our spark plugs.
Well, in Pittsburgh, there was no scoring in the first period at all, but in 7 minutes of the second period, 5 goals. Philadelphia leading the Penguins 3-2. Let's go live to Gene Hart and Bobby Taylor at the Civic Arena.
Play into the zone as play continues here at Pittsburgh. 3-2 now, and the Pens at the Flyer line. Simpson up the middle. He's got an open man through on the far wing. Drops back to Simpson. And reading the play was Murray Craven to send it up through at center ice to Kerr. Kerr, Craven, and prop over the line, left side to Kerr. Couldn't deflect it.
But there have been others like that for him in his career, and Brian Murray, the Capitals coach, comes to expect that. But he's something very special offensively for a defenseman. Islanders shoot the puck the length of the ice. Langway touches it, and it's icing against New York just a minute 20 into the second period. More hockey coming up on ESPN. We're just 48 hours away from the NCAA Division I Hockey Championship. On Thursday night at 8 Eastern, it'll be the semifinals, and then the championship on Saturday night, the 28th, at 8 Eastern. All from Joe Louis Arena in Detroit. Tom Mees, Lou Nanne will be there, and it'll be exciting as always. The NCAA Division I College Hockey Championship on ESPN. There have not been any penalties, as we mentioned, in this game yet, which is unusual, certainly. Don Koharski considered to be one of the better referees in the NHL, and the Capitals lead the Islanders 1-0.
The 1946 MG. The 1957 Thunderbird. The 1987 Volvo 740 Turbo. A collector's item you can drive every day.
Boy, Kevin Hatcher is able to walk right in here. There's Boyd. He will fall. Number 8 for the Islanders. You can see on the right he is down. That allows Kevin Hatcher to walk in and get pretty good wood on a shot that Kelly Rudy snags down low.
You Earth people keep stars in a bowl?
Campbell's Chicken and Star Soup.
Why do you put stars where you speak?
That's the way we eat. Mouth.
This is the way we eat. Campbell's tastes good. Fun.
Kids may be different, but Campbell's knows what they love. That's why we have 6 delicious soups for kids.
If you eat where you speak, do you drink where you listen?
Campbell's soup is good food.
Langway with the puck for Washington, dumping it behind the net. Kelly Miller being checked by Conroy. On Long Island, the Capitals lead the Islanders 1-0.
Yes. For everyone on the proverbial fast track, NEC introduces Multispeed, the world's fastest portable computer. Take the multi and run.
Still waiting for that part on your lawnmower engine? Next time, make it a Briggs & Stratton engine and our 25,000 fully stocked parts and service centers all across America. Briggs & Stratton, the power in power equipment.
Just as Rudy clears the puck in the crowd, Adams had just come back on.
Right, this year, that is a new rule in the National Hockey League. You can see that puck clearing the glass It is a black and white rule rather than a gray rule. For years it was if the goalie intentionally shoots it into the stands at the referee's discretion, it is a penalty. This year, no discretion. That puck goes over the glass, you got two, and that's what Rudy ended up with.
And that's what a lot of the referees around the NHL would like. More black and white and less gray.
No question. And they've come under so much heat, so much criticism. I think you're absolutely right. When we talk to them, they say, yeah, we'd like to have less discretionary calls, more black and white areas out there. This is one of them, and it's really helped.
Curran and Morrow on the defense. Hitting the side of the net is Howarth, and Laughlin scores. Greg Laughlin, the veteran. This season sort of trickle in, and the Capitals with a power play goal lead 2-0.
Ken, he didn't put it where he wanted to either. He had all kinds of net to shoot at. Kelly Hrudey will anticipate the pass here. There's Howarth's shot off the post. Now, Rudy's not in a bad spot, but he's against the post. Look at him come out, anticipate the pass. What's the #1 rule of goaltending? Don't commit first. He committed to the pass. Howarth then had, or at least Laughlin had room. Watch Hrudey on the right of your screen. Go for the pass. And Laughlin, you can see, has the whole gaping net right up above Hrudey, but he ended up putting it between his legs.
The Capitals lead the Islanders 2-0.
Even Davy Johnson, manager of the Mets, has days when his pitcher and his stomach balk.
Can't believe he walks a leadoff batter.
Which is why Davy keeps Rolaids nearby. Rolaids antacid is serious medicine that consumes all the acid required to bring millions 100% relief.
I hope he doesn't throw him a fastball.
And on days filled with errors and frankfooters, Rolaids relief is what's needed most.
I should have gone into golf.
Get serious relief. Get Rolaids.
Elsewhere around the NHL tonight, in the third period, Philadelphia leading Pittsburgh 3-2. After 2 periods in Buffalo, Maple Leafs 5, Sabres 2, and after 2 in Quebec City, it is Montreal 3, Quebec 2. It's 2-0 Washington in our game tonight. Let's go back to Ken Wilson and Bill Clement.
And it would not figure to be easy at all for the Caps to come in here and win. The Islanders have not only won 2 in a row, 5 of their last 7. Period, and the Capitals lead the Islanders 2-0.
Washington penalty number 18, Craig Laughlin.
If water leaking through masonry walls is a problem in and around your home, use a paint that stops water. Drylock. My masonry waterproofing paint goes on easy, right from the can, to interior and exterior masonry walls. You see, Drylock penetrates the pores and expands as it dries to become a part of your wall. And it's guaranteed to stop water, even under pressure. But don't just take my word for it. You can see it stop water. Look for this display at a dealer near you.
2:20 to go. In the second period, it's 2-0 Washington.
Domino's Pizza delivers quality. It takes fresh baked quality to avoid the Noid. We keep the Noid out and all the quality in. So avoid the Noid. Call Domino's Pizza now for hot quality pizza. Domino's Pizza delivers.
LaFontaine with the puck. Pat LaFontaine wheels in front, shoots, he scores! What a play by Pat LaFontaine!
Boy, a couple of different guys had a chance to get him and ended up fishing for the puck. And tonight he's not saving his heroics for the third period. He's starting now. Here he goes. There's one cap, Pavanka. Larry Murphy takes a swipe at him, doesn't even come close to trying to get his body.
The Islanders 18-14. After 40 minutes of play, the Washington Capitals lead the New York Islanders by a score of 2-1.
Today, over 70 million Americans work out on a daily basis. The only problem is, some of them are running on empty. They're exercising, but they're not eating right. And that means they're getting less out of their efforts than they could be. The fact is, you can't burn fuel you don't have. you must give your body something nutritious to run on. Or you might not go the distance.
This food for thought was brought to you by Campbell's Soup Company. We make all of these great-tasting products, and they'll help fuel you through your workout. So keep on exercising. Just make sure to eat right. You'll be a lot better off in the long run. Campbell, we'd like to help more Americans eat right.
Bud Thunder. It's revved up and coming at you.
Today's small cars are tougher than ever on oil. Their high-compression engines not only rev high, they can run hotter than regular small car engines. Their searing heat can begin to break down an oil immediately. That's why there's Castrol, the only leading motor oil that in every grade provides maximum protection against viscosity and thermal breakdown. So use Castrol before your engine does something to get you heated up. Castrol, engineered for today's smaller cars.
After 2 periods, Washington leads it by a score of 2-1. But Pat LaFontaine has been a hot hockey player for the Islanders. 5 goals in his last 6 games. I should say 6 goals in his last 5 games, including the one that got the Islanders close after 2.
Drop back, the puck comes to center ice.
So the Philadelphia Flyers kill that Pittsburgh power play. Warren Young a few moments ago tied that game up at 3. We'll be monitoring the Penguins and the Flyers down the stretch. After 2 periods on Long Island, it's the Caps 2. The Islanders 1. Back in with more in a moment.
Even though hunting season is over, I can still enjoy the shooting sports. That's why I joined the National Rifle Association. And our whole family is signed up too. For just $20, you get a great monthly magazine, valuable gun owner's insurance, and access to NRA's hunting, shooting, and safety program.
But most important, we're helping to promote safe, responsible shooting all year long.
Believe me, the $20 it costs to join the NRA is worth it. Pull!
Join the NRA today. Call 1-800-642-4400. As a member, you'll receive 12 exciting issues of the American Hunter or American Rifleman magazines, $600 gun theft insurance, $10,000 accidental death and dismemberment insurance, your official membership card and window decal, plus NRA's exclusive camouflage thermos. Call today and receive NRA's Sportsman's Bonus Book, packed with discounts and rebates from leading manufacturers of hunting, shooting, and sporting equipment. Call now. Join the NRA. It's worth it.
Come get the best of the USA. Come out and play the American way. Las Vegas in every way. It's the American way to play.
When your throat's awfully sore, Chloraseptic Spray relieves it awfully fast. How fast? So fast. When he starts to feel relief, we'll end this commercial.
And welcome back to the NHL tonight, everyone. I'm Tom Mees, your studio host for this game. We'll be back with all the scores and highlights around the NHL tonight. 3 other games going on. If we may digress a bit, though, in another sport, a big development in the NBA. Magic Johnson of the Los Angeles Lakers, of course, the heart and soul of that team, may have suffered a severe left leg injury in the game at Phoenix. He did suffer some type of leg injury, was helped off the court with the help of a trainer and a teammate. This happened early in tonight's game between the Lakers and the Suns at Phoenix. Sports Center will have all the complete details later on at 11:30 Eastern Time. And I'll be back with the NHL scores and highlights in just a moment.
Fuss with shampoo and conditioner? Who needs it? Tote 2 bottles into the shower to wash my hair. Not me. I want to wash my hair and go. And now I can, with something new. Now you're thinking, Pert? That's not new, but it is. Now it's Pert Plus. Complete shampoo plus complete conditioner in 1 bottle. There's never been anything quite like it. Pert Plus leaves my hair clean, conditioned, and looking terrific. Before, to get results this good, I used shampoo and conditioner. No more. Now, with Pert Plus, I just wash and go.
New Pert Plus. Shampoo plus complete conditioner in one. Lets you just wash and go.
What took you so long?
You don't just watch an NHL game. You feel it. Feel the power. The speed. Feel the strength. The grace. NHL hockey. Feel the thunder.
Thursday, some of the best amateur athletes in America. ESPN's live coverage of the NCAA Hockey Championship uncovers America's Olympic potential. Semifinal coverage starts live Thursday on ESPN.
This is ESPN, the Total Sports Network.
Quite a game tonight on Long Island with the Caps leading the Isles 2-1 after 2. And quite a game tonight in Pittsburgh. Flyers and Penguins. Let's go over the highlights leading up to a furious third period of play that's now going on. Brad McCrimmon of Philadelphia in the second period after a scoreless first frame. He'll fire from the point. Pat Riggin with a save. But Tim Kerr is there in the slot for the rebound. Kerr scores his 54th 1-0 Philadelphia. We'll be back with the third period in a moment.
Briggs & Stratton lawnmower engines are built so well to last so long. Later in life, they often start another career. Briggs & Stratton, the power in power equipment.
These days, all kinds of fad diets are gaining popularity as more Americans try to lose weight. There are diets that are short on meat, diets that are low on protein. Some cut out almost everything but fruits and vegetables, and some even ask you to fast. But the best way to lose weight isn't with some gimmicky diet. It's by controlling your appetite, by exercising, and by eating a balanced diet with foods from the 4 basic groups: poultry, meat, or fish for protein, vegetables and fruit for vitamins and minerals, breads and cereals for carbohydrates, and milk and cheeses for calcium. Any diet that doesn't include all of these important groups can do you more harm than good. So if you're considering a diet or are now on one, remember, there's no diet that can compare with a balanced diet. This food for thought was brought to you by Campbell Soup Company. We make all of these products, and we make sure every one of them is as good for you as it is good tasting. Campbell, we'd like to help more Americans eat right.
The NHL tonight being brought to you by Chrysler Plymouth. We're working together to be the best. And by McDonald's. It's a good time for the great taste of McDonald's. And by Honda Power Equipment, lawnmowers, riding mowers, and portable generators made to last. Let's go back to Long Island. Ken Wilson and Bill Clement.
Thank you, Tom Mees. Set to go. And it's Trottier facing off with Haworth, and the puck controlled at the defense by the Capitals. Mark of the third period, and the Capitals lead the Islanders 2-1.
Sure, the pride is back. Plymouth Sundance and Plymouth Voyager are the proof.
The pride is back.
Plymouth Sundance, the unbelievable American under $7,600, the best value in its class. Plymouth Voyager, front-wheel drive, optional V6 power, and a new 7-year or 70,000-mile protection plan backs them both.
The pride is back. Born in America again.
Well, if you're wondering how these teams do, if they're leading or losing after 2 periods, the Caps are 25-1.
Icing against the Washington Capitals. Down to 12:09 to go in the third. The Capitals with a 1-goal lead.
How to start an impressive family art collection. First, find some talented local artists. Then inspire them with Crayola Happy Meal boxes from McDonald's. Every Crayola Happy Meal comes with your children's favorite McDonald's foods, plus an art kit with a McDonaldland stencil and 4 Crayola crayons or a Crayola marker. There are 4 sets in all, a different one each week. With Crayola Happy Meal boxes from McDonald's, it's easy to build a family art collection. After all, you already have the family art gallery.
Excuse me, Daddy.
In Pittsburgh, less than 2 minutes to go in overtime as the Flyers and the Penguins tied at 3. Dave Poulin leaving the ice for the Flyers. I believe there are coincidental minor penalties called, so the teams will remain at full strength. But it's Pittsburgh 3, Flyers 3. Of course, Pittsburgh desperately needs the 2 points, not the 1. Let's go back to the island and Ken Wilson and Bill Clement.
Go wide. Get it.
Ready for the face-off near Bob Mason. 12 Miller picks up a hooking penalty with 8:08 to go, and the Capitals lead the New York Islanders 3-1.
When you buy a new lawnmower, you want to believe that each one will be the last you'll ever have to buy. But in time, it becomes painfully clear that not all lawnmowers are engineered to last. Knowing this, why would you settle for anything less than a Honda? Year after year, the right tool for mowing the lawn.
Boy, Coach Terry Simpson has his Islanders driving for the net, and it was Mikko Makala's drive that forced Kelly Miller to drag him down and give the Islanders a breath here in the third period on the power play.
Miller's penalty at 11:52 for hooking. The Islanders 3-1.
This Bud's for all that you do.
They said this city was through. You said, no way.
Each day the spirit's growing. Your pride is really showing. You make America work, and this Bud's for you.
Here's to you. Beechwood Age for that clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
This Bud's for you.
Play their last game at Philadelphia. 10 seconds to go. Islanders with Kelly Rudy, the goalie, on the bench. They trail it 3-1. And now it's just total desperation. And time runs out as the Caps pick up a big victory on the road, getting goals from Mike Ridley, Craig Laughlin, and Bob Gould. Pat LaFontaine getting the only Islanders goal as the Islanders outshoot the Caps 26-21, but the Islanders, who had won 2 in a row, suffer a home ice loss.
You know, Ken, Terry Simpson told us that he thought the key would be his third line, that Basson, Kerr, and Dwayne Sutter. And, you know, they had a whale of a hockey game, but they just weren't able to finish. And that's the difference between the Islanders' checking line and Washington's checking line. Bobby Gould coming up with a big goal out of that checking line, and that's one of the main differences in these two teams. Washington can score with their checkers.
And again, we pointed out goaltending would be key tonight, as it seems to be all the time.
Sure was, and we have to go back to the injuries as well. The Islanders are hurt so much, and Mike Bossy, we expected him to be in uniform, and he wasn't. That left it to Pat LaFontaine, and he did get the 1 goal for the Islanders on a real defensive lapse by Larry Murphy. But in general, Washington was just that much better tonight. It was a well-played hockey game.
These two teams have played 4 games since the Islanders beat Washington on the 4th of November. And in those 4 games, Washington won, they won again, a tie, and a Washington victory. So the Caps really on the roll and dominating the Islanders now.
Nice timing, too.
Bill and I will get together again with you on Sunday night. Boston at Chicago. Hope you'll be with us. The final tonight, Caps 3 and the Islanders 1.
Fixing this water damage will cost $1,200. Could I have prevented it?
You could with Thompson's Water Seal.
This water damage is going to run $750. What would have stopped it?
Prevent water damage with Thompson's Water Seal. Simply brush Thompson's on wood, brick, or concrete, and it penetrates to form a barrier water can't get past, even when driven by 98-mile-per-hour winds.
This time, I'm going to protect my new deck with Thompson's Water Seal. A great defense against repair expense.
Why are you in and out of bed? Hating your cold? Wondering how many sneezes you sneezed? Looking for something to do until you can rest? Trying to be brave? Wishing you had a nickel for every cough? Spending the night with your cold, waiting for relief that never comes? Why? When there's NyQuil, the nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, stuffy head, fever, so you can rest medicine from Vicks.
Hey, could I
tap some of your computer expertise, son.
So you finally gave in?
Yeah, for starters, how does the disk fit into the disk drive?
Okay,
The Army can train you to program, operate, or fix computers.
What does the printer interface do?
It lets the computer talk to the printer.
They talk to each other. What do they say?
Then there's a telephone modem hookup.
And the computer training you get is yours forever.
Like you're not going to be the only computer expert in the valley.
When my new sales manager told me that I had to stay at a Econo Lodge, I was not happy. Because I'm a Ramada Inn, Howard Johnson's kind of guy. I was so worried about what I'd find here, I even brought my own towels. But no problem. An Econo Lodge room is just like those other rooms, except it's about 15 bucks a night less on the average. Got the same nice bed, same nice phone, same nice color TV. And look at this. Great towels.
Econo Lodge. Spend a night, not a fortune.
All across America, companies are declaring liberty for all. A revolutionary idea from Liberty Mutual Insurance, where employees can now save on all their auto, home, and life insurance through the convenience of payroll deductions. Liberty for all. It's freedom from bills and paperwork, and it can save you money.
America believes in liberty. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
When people work, chances are they're wearing Dickies. It's the best-selling work set in America. And if you need coveralls, overalls, work gloves, socks, or shirts, footwear, headgear, underwear, or outerwear, they all have Dickies horseshoe label. Dickies are America's favorite work clothes. But who says you have to work in them? Dickies, made with Celanese Fortrell polyester.
So the Washington Capitals with a big win tonight on the road in the Patrick Division. Washington 3, New York Islanders 1. Join us again, won't you, Sunday night for our next NHL Tonight telecast. We'll be at Chicago Stadium as the Boston Bruins take on the Chicago Blackhawks live at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific time. As always, the telecast is subject to blackout in the markets involved. Reminder that coming up next, we'll take a brief look back at some of the action from last year's Stanley Cup playoffs. Then coming your way at 11:30 Eastern time tonight, 8:30 Pacific, it'll be Chris Berman and Gail Gardner on the ESPN Sports Center. They'll have all the NHL scores and highlights, as well as all the action in the NBA, and I'm sure an update on the injury to Magic Johnson in that Laker-Phoenix basketball game, as well as the NIT semifinals tonight. So Sports Center will have it all for you at 11:30 Eastern time. Once again, our final score, Washington 3, the Islanders 1. For everyone involved with the NHL tonight, thank you for being with us. I'm Tom Mees saying good night, everyone. We'll see you Sunday at 8:30.
The world was so full of hazards. That's why there's a company like MetLife. Because sometimes things do get out of control. Hey! That's why over 43 million people look to Met to be there when things go wrong. That's why you should get Met. It pays.
Powerful punching. Bruising action. On ESPN's Friday Night Fights. Each week, ESPN is your ringside seat to see today's best young boxers exchange blows. See Olympic gold medalist Henry Tillman take on Stanley the Boss Ross in the main event, live Friday night at 9 Eastern on ESPN. Count on championship rounds of top-ranked boxing, live on ESPN.
The two best teams in hockey, the Edmonton Oilers and Philadelphia Flyers, face off Sunday on ESPN. The NHL's leading scorer, Wayne Gretzky, and rookie sensation goalie, Ron Hextall, lead two of the most talented teams ever. Edmonton battles Philadelphia, live Sunday night on ESPN.
If you just ask for a light beer, you never know what you'll get.
Thoughts? No, actually, Bud Light.
So if you want the less filling light beer with the first name and taste, ask for Bud Light.
Yours?
No, because everything else...
Give me a light.
Showtime!
...is just a light.
When people work, chances are they're wearing Dickies. It's the best-selling work set in America. And if you need coveralls, overalls, work gloves, socks, or shirts, footwear, headgear, underwear, or outerwear, they all have Dickies' horseshoe label. Dickies are America's favorite work clothes. But who says you have to work in them? Dickies, made with Celanese Fortrell polyester.
I am Iron Man. In the duel against time, nobody beats the Iron Man. All brawn and brains from Timex.
Well, somebody's happy to be going to work.
I love my job.
I wish I could say that.
Bob.
I know. Look for a better job in the National Business Employment
Weekly. See? The best jobs available everywhere in the country. Professional, managerial, technical, that's you, at top companies.
Nice salaries.
$25,000 a year and up. There are articles to help you land a better job, how to look good in interviews, write a better resume, and the reason I still read it, articles to help you do better on the job. How to handle office politics, when to ask for a raise, how to deal with an impossible boss.
Okay, I'm convinced. I'm a National Business Employment Weekly reader.
Don't make a career move without it.
Ask for the National Business Employment Weekly at your newsstand. Or if you prefer, get the next 8 issues by first-class mail for $35. Call toll-free 800-372-3000. 8 weekly issues, $35. Call 800-372-3000 now.
This liquid can help keep your engine running cool, prevent corrosion, keep it from boiling over or freezing up. What's in it? Aluguard, a premium quality antifreeze formula approved by all 4 major U.S. car makers. Aluguard, the formula you find in more than 70 brands of antifreeze, but not in Prestone. The label tells you it's car maker approved antifreeze. Antifreeze with Aluguard. Available now.
Have you ever been frustrated because the Noid ruined your pizza? The Noid loves to ruin pizza. Call Domino's Pizza. We avoid the Noid. We keep the Noid out and all the quality in.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from all of us at Domino's Pizza.
I delivered so many of your holiday circulars, I thought I'd check out these Ace Best Buys myself. My wife will love the Chicago Cutlery Gourmet Sampler.
This Quality 2 knife set is just $9.77.
And the Sharp Solar Calculator for Scotty.
Best Buy priced at just $5.88.
Ah, this 13-piece drill minder set for the old man.
It's only $4.88 with the $2 rebate.
I'll be back after rounds and pick them up.
Okay.
Oh, I feel like Santa myself. Oh, oh, oh.
This is the place with the helpful hardware man.
Give me a light.
That's not correct, Steve. Don't just ask for a light beer.
Come on, give me a light.
You asked for it, Steve.
Bud Light!
Yes, Steve. Bud Light. The light beer with the first name and taste.
Don't just ask for a light.
Bud Light, because everything else is just a light, Steve.
I'm Charles Schwab. Over 1 million investors who make their own investment decisions trade with us. Here are a few reasons why.
Sorry to keep you waiting, Nick. I had to phone my broker. Your broker? It's 9 p.m. Right. Oh, I can place an order anytime. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You see, my broker's Charles Schwab.
Oh, hold it, Dave. Isn't Schwab a discount broker?
Sure. Schwab saves me as much as 70% on commissions.
And you can place an order 24 hours a day?
Yeah, any day of the week. My order will be at the stock exchange when the market opens tomorrow. Well, we're making our presentation.
The service and discounts sound great. Maybe it's time for me to give Schwab a call.
For a free booklet on how you can save up to 76% on brokerage commissions, call 800-458-6100, toll free. That's 800-458-6100. Charles Schwab, a Bank America company, member SIPC.
Today's world. It's elegant, sparkling evenings and spirited play. It's arriving in style in a way that sets you apart. And no matter where you're going or who you're going with, the one magazine that keeps pace with today's more exciting world is, of course, Playboy. Playboy, the magazine that offers more for the man who has more to offer. Playboy will surprise you, wow you, and keep you informed. It brings you the great authors and brilliant writing. And of course, nobody has a better eye for beauty than Playboy. Right now, Playboy even offers you something special. Terrific savings on a full year of Playboy. Now you can get 12 big, beautiful issues for only $19. That's 56% off the newsstand price. So if today's lifestyle is your lifestyle, make Playboy your magazine. Playboy offers more for the man who has more to offer.
To order your Playboy subscription, simply phone toll-free 1-800-544-1000 and get 12 issues for only $19. Save 56% off the newsstand price. So phone 1-800-544-1000. Call today.
This buzz for all that you do.
It could be any time now.
No, Bill had to leave. Can I help you?
A friend is counting on you.
Need copies by 4:30. I'll cover it for you. Not a word.
You keep on coming through, 'cause you make America work, and this buzz for you.
Here's to you, Beechwood Age, for that clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
This buzz for you.
This is ESPN, the Total Sports Network.